In terms of protocol, we wish to recognize the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Amina Zawede, the National Chairperson of the Africa IoT and AI Challenge 2021 for Uganda, Professor Venantius Mureba. We recognize the Chairperson of the judges, the selection committee today, Professor Engineer Bainomugisha, all the other international participants, the representative of IEEE, all the judges present, the contestants, ladies, the media, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to be here this afternoon because I participated right when the Professor Barrier came up with this idea, and Otamorek has done quite a lot in terms of promoting research, innovation and support for startups. So that's when he brought up this idea to the ministry, and the ministry warmly embraced it. And we have been working closely since that time. He will give us the detail of the engagement and the different partners he's been working with. So before we get into detail, I would like us all to stand up and have the national anthem. Thereafter, we shall have Otamo prayer before we resume our seats. Kindly stand up. We have the East African anthem, Uganda anthem. We have Otamo prayer, and led by none other than Ms. Dorothy. And then we can continue with other activities. I hand over to our media team behind to play for us the anthem. Can I request Dorothy to come and lead us in a word of prayer before we resume our seats?
Thank you. Let's humble ourselves and pray. O God Almighty, creator of humanity and all things in the universe, we the people, participants, committees, government and private institutions assembled here today solemnly submit to your authority now. Today and hereafter, bless us and all our deliberations for the benefit of Uganda and the global society. And for your glory, O Lord, we pray. Amen.
Thank you very much. You can take your seats. To kick us off this afternoon, permit me to invite Dr. Philip Ayo, who has been the national coordinator for the Africa IoT and AI Challenge 2021 for Uganda, to make some remarks.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much, Mr. Torach, Julius, for the introduction. And startups that have innovative ideas in the areas of Internet of Things and artificial intelligence and related fields. Uganda is one of 7 countries in Africa that are participating in this phase of the project. Utamu Research and Incubation Center was chosen to coordinate the whole program in Uganda. And through that selection, we managed to establish a small coordination secretariat at Utamu, Uganda Technology and Management University, where I am. We identified several local partners to work with, including universities, innovation hubs, government, and other centers. We constituted a national steering committee representing all the identified stakeholders. We mobilized innovators in Uganda to register for the competition. Then we did an official launch in July for Uganda, which was officiated by the Minister for ICT in Uganda. Then we started selecting the ideas and mentorship. And then today we are holding the national competitions for the projects which have reached this far. And I want to congratulate all of you for reaching this level. The selected 3 projects, startups, and 3 graduate projects will represent Uganda in the in the regional competitions to be held in Dubai next month. So just a brief that the total registrations that we received was 150 projects, 96 graduation projects, 53 startups, and 11 high school projects. The selection process which was put in place, we did a preliminary selection to remove duplicates and do some preliminary selections. And we ended up with 35 projects and 11 startups. There were further screening by 2 expert teams of these projects, which ended up in 3 graduation projects and 11 startups. And finally, today, we are going to choose the final 3. Those who will be chosen, who will be selected, the 3, will be provided some support to participate in Dubai. They will have return air tickets provided by IEEE, TEMS. They will have accommodation for the 4 days, that is 3 nights of 13th to 16th of December. They will be provided with breakfast, lunch, and coffee breaks during the events. And they will be provided with exposure for the winning teams. What we will be required to provide here internally, locally, your institutions or us will be a COVID test just to ensure that you are able to travel, all the COVID requirements, visa arrangements, internal transportation to the airport. We'll also need to provide some mentorship for the winners to prepare them for Dubai. We will also require participation of additional team members. If additional, because IEEE is sponsoring only 1 person per project. So in case a project wants to take more than 1 person, we have to look for other sources to facilitate. Then participation of accompanying staff. If you are working with maybe your mentor and you want to go with that, we need to provide some facilitation for that. And that is it. We will get more detailed report of the evaluation that has taken place from the chair of the committee. Otherwise, I thank you and I welcome you.
Thank you very much, National Coordinator, for giving us that background. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to recognize the presence of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of ICT, and National Guidance, who is our host, Dr. Amina Zawede. You are most welcome. Permit me also to recognize the presence of the Deputy Principal of UICT in Akawa, Dr. Irene Nachimba, who is our host here as well, the immediate host. So she's going to come and give welcome remarks. Dr. Irene, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much. The National Chairperson and local lead of Africa Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence. Challenge 2021, the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of ICT and National Guidance, the Hub Administrator, the judges, stakeholders, and partners present today, ladies and gentlemen. Let me start off by introducing myself. My name is Irene Nachimba, the Deputy Principal of the Institute. The principal is not able to be with us today due to his busy schedules and competing priorities, but he sends his warm regards, and I have been delegated to give opening remarks. On behalf of management of UICT, I take this opportunity to welcome you to UICT, and in particular to the National ICT Innovation Hub. Let me begin by expressing my gratitude and appreciation to all the people and teams that have been working on research and innovation technology. This competition is a basis for developing lasting solutions in Uganda. I also want to express special tribute to our facilitators and all stakeholders and partners who have spared time to participate in this competition. I look forward to a better and improved level of progress and creation of opportunities for the young innovators with several project initiatives. Thank you once again for participating, and I wish you good and insightful presentation and awards. Thank you for God and my country.
Thank you very much, Dr. Irene Nachimba, Deputy Principal, Uganda Institute of Uganda Institute of ICT in Uganda. Sorry, Uganda Institute of ICT. Thank you for making us feel welcome in this place. And permit me now to invite the chair of Africa IoT and AI Challenge, Mr. Mohamed Aboud, to make his remarks. He will talk to us virtually. So I request the technical people to get him connected. Thank you.
Hello, good morning. I think I will be, instead of Mr. Muhammad Aboud, I am Hussein Mustafa, as he has another meeting in parallel with us. So I am Hussein Mustafa, the program manager for Africa IoT and AI Challenge. Okay. Okay. Are you hearing me well, yeah?
And similarly, as we get Mr. Mohamed Aboud connected, we also request Mr. Yassa Seri to be ready immediately after him.
Okay, I think I will do the speech instead of Mr. Muhammad Aboud. Hello all, as Mr. Muhammad Aboud has another commitment. So
bit of technical challenge.
Hello all, are you hearing me?
as he comes on board, Uganda has taken great strides in the development of the fourth industrial revolution technologies in various fields. And yet today has again demonstrated that capacity which we have in various sectors. Some of the studies we have done indicates that AI, artificial intelligence, is being applied in a number of areas with support from various stakeholders. We have AI, artificial intelligence in education, in health, in agriculture. We have it even in tourism. We have it in trade, financial sector. So a lot has been done, and this has been well documented in our country. And that the PS will come and expound more on this later. And also, a lot of work has been done in terms of the enabling environment. And those are some of the key achievements for the country, and not forgetting support from His Excellency, the President, for Fourth Industrial Revolution technologies. As some of you may recall, in 2018, he officially opened the blockchain conference here in Uganda, the Africa Blockchain Conference.
Okay, are you hearing me now? Okay, hello. It's Hussein Mustafa. I am the program manager for the Africa IoT and AI Challenge, and I will do the speech instead of Mr. Muhammad Aboud, as he has another meeting, so he left us. I want to make sure that you are hearing me well in the conference hall, please. Is everything good? Okay, so I think. Okay, okay. Okay, I will start now. So welcome aboard. Again, this is Hussein Mustafa. I am the Africa IoT and AI Challenge Program Manager, and welcome all on board now. Now we are reaching the last stage for the Uganda finals after a long journey with 6 countries along this year. We started the Africa Challenge in the beginning of the year with 6 countries. We have teams from Egypt, from Kenya, from Tunisia, from Uganda, from Morocco, and from Nigeria. We had a long journey with them all. We had finished Egypt finals and Moroccan finals and Tunisia finals, and we had Kenya finals, and now we have Uganda finals today. And on next Saturday, we will finish with Nigeria finals. As Dr. Philip said, the winners from Uganda will have to join the Africa finals at Dubai in the Global Conference on Artificial Intelligence and IoT in Jumeirah Towers in UAE in December. It will happen between the 13th and 16th of December, inshallah. We have teams from startups track and from graduation projects track. We are all proud of you for all the joining teams. Also, we will launch in December the next year from the Africa finals or from the Africa Challenge. It will happen with 15 African countries. So we will expand for the challenge in extra African countries, inshallah. So we are happy to have all this journey together, and congratulations for all the winning teams in front, and good luck for all of you. Thank you.
Mr. Edwin, please.
For today, we had 3 projects under the graduate students projects, and we had 8 startup projects. But before then, we received several entries that went through the pre-selection phase to arrive at the number that we had today. And the projects we had this morning or this afternoon for the students, the graduate student projects included Entasa emergency system from Makerere University. Up here, we had a remote controlled mortuary model from Busitema University. We had autonomous obstacle detection and avoidance robot from Kabale University. Under startup projects, we had Badaye Technologies Limited, looking at the touchless hand washing kit. We had Global Auto Systems Limited, looking at street parking and lights in cities. We had Ishaka Health Plan, looking at EVHT app innovation. We had Plant Scope Tech, looking at early pest detection in plants. We had Manyakabi area, cooperative enterprise, looking at e-farm mobile services. And we had Maendela Tech, looking at COVID-19 standard operating procedures adherence system. And Borderwork International, looking at smart and affordable lithium-ion batteries. Out of these projects, our goal was to recommend the top 3 in each category with a ranking on the best projects to move forward to the next phase. I would like to congratulate all of you, all the innovators, for the effort that you put in with your teams to get the projects they are at the moment, and for the judges to be able to review and give feedback. I would like to give a few observations from the judging process that might be helpful for the teams going forward. Overall, the judges see that the teams are addressing sectors, or what we'd call priority sectors, aligned with many of the other national programs or priority sectors. We had projects looking at the health sector. We had projects in the agriculture sector. We had projects in the transportation and smart cities. We had projects also looking at delivery of health services, which also falls under the health sector, and many others. And all these areas are clearly areas of importance in terms of the national priorities. So that's really a good thing. We're able to see projects that have been able to move from ideation to prototype, including to the level of commercialization. That shows good progress in terms of moving these innovations beyond ideas. However, there were also still a number of projects that need a bit of more time and effort to move them to the next level. In terms of team compositions, a number of projects were fairly well balanced. However, there's room for improvement. I think a number of teams, some of them were small, as small as 1 person, and for some, 2 persons. So I think there's room for us to broaden the team size to be able to improve these ideas. I would also like to point out the component of gender. I think we had a few teams that had a fair gender representation. I think it's very important that as we innovate, we don't forget about ensuring that we can balance not only on the technical aspects, but also gender. Particularly, women were underrepresented across the teams. So I'd like to encourage the innovators to see how to move that forward. There are also a number of teams that have good ideas, but they are still lacking on the packaging, especially for demonstration at the national, continent, or other levels. So we encourage the teams where we pointed out that you need to invest a bit of more effort in the presentation and packaging. I would also like to see more commitment or alignment to ensuring that your projects can help us achieve some social impact. This was demonstrated in some projects, but for some, it was not. The other cross-cutting comment also is that some projects did not bring along the full demonstration kit, making it difficult for the judges to assess the progress and the ownership of the products. But that said, as a judging committee, we see a lot of potential in the projects, and we congratulate all of you and wish you well in the next stages of your innovations. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor, for the guidance you have given to our innovators. But one other thing about gender, I think we need to give a big hand clap to our two PhD holders, Dr. Amina Zawede and Dr. Irene Nachimba, for leading the way. And I believe many girls will aspire to reach this level, because up to now, when you go to almost every other institution, you don't find many ladies pursuing ICT career, and also more so in the fourth industrial revolution era. We would like to see more ladies participate. So the fact that we have two PhD holders who are ladies in the room today gives us a lot of confidence. Why am I talking like this? There are actually 3 PhD holders. Another hand clap. So that is the Dr. Florence Tushabwe from Soroti University. Thank you. Now, this process has been on the steady hand of none other than Professor Venantius Biaramureba. He's been the national chairperson and local lead. Is Benya, is he coming online? Because they have been having challenges connecting to him. They have even sent him some messages.
Yes, I am here from Benya's side.
Is he on now? Okay, great. Sorry, Prof.
Okay, now good morning, everyone, and a very warm good morning from Cairo. First of all, I would like to thank everyone, and I mean every single one, from the starting from the wonderful team that was behind the IEEE AI and IoT Challenge, and thanking as well the beautiful country of Uganda to participate in such an event. It's a joy to have Uganda among the leading countries in the artificial intelligence and IoT section. We at Benya are very keen to support and sponsorship such an event, understand the reason behind our participation in the event is actually to be able to support the young generation and their beautiful ideas, understand the way they look at our future. In a very short time, they will be leading our future, and to be able to understand the way they think. We have sponsored this event across 7 different countries in the African continent. They have suffered the past couple of years with the COVID-19 pandemic. They have altered their lifestyles. They have went online, studied online, changed the whole approach of the life. And these are the champions of the future. They deserve a very big thank you. And I wish them the best of luck in their competition. And hopefully, inshallah, we will see them, we will see the winners of them in Dubai, inshallah, very soon in the closing ceremony. And I would like to thank very much all the Ugandan authorities, universities, and governmental entities and private sector entities who participated in this event and made this happen. Thank you very much, gentlemen. I will not be long in my speech. I do thank every one of you, and a very warm thank you from Egypt. Thank you.
And he's the program director. As I was saying, this challenge wouldn't have been possible without the guidance, able guidance from Professor Venantius Baramureva, who is the chairman and MD of Otamoric. Otamoric stands for Utamo Research and Innovation City, and he is also the chairman and board of directors of Utamo, which is Uganda Technology and Management University. He's been leading us as the chairperson and local lead. Professor, you're most welcome.
Thank you very much. We are almost reaching the climax. I'm not going to give a speech, but just a few remarks. Before I forget, I want to thank the steering committee, the National Steering Committee. We held over 14 meetings, and we're all discussing how to make this a success. Now, I was waiting for him to finish that so that I go into protocol. Our guest of honor, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of ICT and National Guidance, our host, the Principal of UICT. We have Dr. Theodora Tuonjire, please stand up. In the area of science, technology, and innovation, she's a big figure. You'll be knowing her in her official capacities, but she graced us with her presence. We have Dr. Usinje Mbabazi, representing the Vice Chancellor of Kabale University. And Kabale University has one of the projects in the finals. So you can see how serious Kabale University is. And the other universities are also very, very serious. The only thing that this challenge came in at a time, where we had limited time. But next year, we expect many projects to come up. Let me also recognize the chairperson of the Judges Committee, the national coordinator of the Artificial Intelligence Internet of Things challenge here. Everybody in your official capacities. Robbie Kakonge, please, can you stand up for recognition? People may not know you. She's the head who makes things happen here. She's an expert in mass communication. So if you need a good consultant in those areas, international relations, I think she's the right person. But our guests really are the innovators. So can all of you stand up for recognition? All the innovators, startups, graduate student projects, please stand up, remain standing. Remain standing. Want to see all the innovators. You can see the issue of gender, right? So we'll get more ladies on board next time. Yeah, thank you, please. You can take your seats. Now, for me, this challenge is a great, great challenge. And I'm glad that among the countries that were chosen, I've forgotten my international partners who are online. Please, all the international partners from IEEE, from Africa IoT AI Challenge, from Benya, and all the other international partners. Thank you for being online. There are also so many guests, vice chancellors and others that are attending online. Though they didn't give me the list, but in the interest of time, I'll not mention each one of you one by one. I would like to say that for me, this is a great moment in the history of our country. I remember in 1986, I was a young and energetic boy, but now I'm aging. At that time, President Museveni, in one of his speeches, talked about starting a University of Science and Technology. And he said, I'm going to put this university in Mbarara. Many people then didn't know what science and technology was. He also talked about starting a university in Guru for agriculture, but later on diversified in so many other things. But if you go to speeches of great leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, they knew in the 1960s about the importance of science and technology in the socio-economic development of our continent. And they felt that any country that does not exploit science and technology would not make it, would not come to the high table of the developed countries. Now, if you look at all the countries, start from China, that is becoming a superpower, the second largest economy in the world after the US, they focus on training scientists, on training technologists. So if you go to China, companies are not going there because China has raw materials. Companies are going there because China has the best engineers, right? And they are well priced. India has the same. So even us, this is an opportunity for us to really, as a country, as a continent, to really partake in this area of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. If you read reports about countries like New Zealand, and you look at what is leading within the economies, there are many focusing on new technologies. And you'll find big companies, like Microsoft, Google, IBM, all of them, they are there in these countries. But to top on the list, you'll find that it is artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. Then what follows is robotics, Bitcoin technologies, embedded reality and so on. So we have youth that are highly entrepreneurial. We have very, very good professors in this country, very, very good doctors. In this room, we actually have 3 PhDs and 3 male and 3 PhDs female. And this is a small congregation. But if you go to our institutions now, and you look at where we were at that time, like in 2001, we had very few PhDs in Uganda in 2001. You count them like 1 or 2 in computer science or ICT. But today we have so many of those, so many. You go to electrical engineering and other of those critical disciplines. We have so many. So it is time for us to build the capacity. It's time to build the capacity in these areas. It's time for us to start master's programs in these specialized areas. Because without capacity, we can't do much. We are having students that are doing good projects in artificial intelligence, in Internet of Things. But when you look at their curriculum, it's a general curriculum. They are not like having a focused curriculum that can help them really make headway very fast. We always talk about not having specialized programs. But even within a program, we should be able to provide enough courses that a student who is interested in artificial intelligence can actually specialize, can take many of those courses, especially in the public universities where government is paying all the money. So you are not worried about breaking even. So you should be able to provide enough courses that these students are able to really say, if I'm say an expert in artificial intelligence, then you are, If I want to focus on Internet of Things, I'm able to take enough courses that can help me do what I want to do. So I don't, like I said, I want to give a speech. I want to give brief remarks. But for me, I want to end by thanking the Ministry of ICT and other partners for realizing that this challenge, the Africa Internet of Things and Artificial Intelligence Challenge, is a good opportunity for us to spur innovation in this country, to encourage the youth to join. And I would like to urge the media, wherever you are, that these winners, we are going to have 3 winners under projects, 3 winners under startups. They are all good. Give them coverage, promote them, so that they can inspire others to come up. And within 2-3 years, you'll find so many innovators in this country, across every region of this country, working in artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. I've been able to look at some of the applications, those ones who presented here today. I was peeping in, and even some of them I found them upstairs. But these are very, very good applications, and they need to be supported. So even those who have money, like Stanbic Bank, come in and support these startups. So we are going to continue mobilizing stakeholders to come and support this challenge, because it's going to be an annual challenge. It's not a one-off. And I can assure you, even the judges, they are very committed. This is something that is bringing us together as Ugandans to support a common cause. And we think that we can build the capacity in this area. If you are not able, during your youthful age, to come up with a good innovation that can make you a billionaire, in terms of dollars, let's work towards producing the first billionaire in Uganda. In dollars, not Uganda shillings. Because in Uganda shillings, we have many. So let us produce the first billionaire. And we say this one has become a billionaire because of being so active or having serious applications in AI or Internet of Things. So with those few words, really, I'm so happy. I don't know how happy I am. I don't know how I can tell you. But I want to tell all of you who have participated here today, if you are not among the 3, don't look at yourself as somebody who has lost. The most important thing that you managed to make it, to be here today. And at times, those who seem to be last come first. Your innovation may not have been chosen today, but you need to find out why it wasn't. You need to work on it. You never know. It may be the one that's going to be $1 million company in the next 1 year. So don't give up. Just go back, look at it, ask these judges after here why you weren't among the top 3. Maybe because you hadn't done much, but you have a good idea, a good innovative idea. So keep the fire burning, keep that spirit up. We are going to support you all through. At this juncture, I would like to invite again Engineer Professor Benomijisa, Professor Engineer Benomijisa, to come back here. He's going to announce the winners. Girls, are you ready? Your certificates, we finished and then came here for the function. Your certificates are being made in a special way. So when they are ready, they will be given to you. But we want to announce the winners now. And then the PS, after the winners have been announced, the PS will give the speech. And if the certificates are here before we close, you'll be given the certificates immediately, and then you can go. So, Engineer, I want to give you the floor again. You start with the student projects. You declare the winners. You start with the last, number 3.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, Professor Bariamureva, for that, for those remarks. I think very many lessons for startups and innovators to pick up from there. So now it's an honor and privilege on behalf of the judging committee to announce the outcome of the judging process. As already mentioned, this has been an elaborate process. We had a rubric where we are assessing different parameters in terms of the stage of the idea, the market readiness, the value proposition, and many others. I will start with the students' projects. The decision from the judge committee, Madam PS, project number 3 is a remote controlled mortuary model from Busitema University. Is he here? Okay, congratulations.
That at least you have a picture.
Yes.
Even the front.
Please come forward. Come forward. Thank you and congratulations. Number 2 is autonomous obstacle detection and avoidance robot from Kabale University. Congratulations, please come forward. And also congratulations to the Vice Chancellor and your team for the great work that you are doing in training computer science students already producing tangible products. And number 1 is Ntasa Emergency System from Makerere University. Congratulations, and please come forward. Great, thank you. Permanent Secretary, those are the best selected projects working in IoT and AI from universities. Congratulations to the innovators and also the 3 universities represented there. That's Kabale University, Busitema University, and Makerere University. Congratulations. Once again, congratulations and wish you the best for the next steps. Right, thank you. It's now an honor and privilege to go to announce the winners under the startups. As I mentioned, we had 8 projects under this category that were considered at today's judging session. And I would like to change my order a bit. So I'll start with number 2. Number 2 is plant scope technology that's looking at early detection of pests in diseases using AI. Congratulations. Please come forward. Congratulations. And I would like to announce number 3. This is Maendeleo Technologies that is looking at adherence to COVID-19 standard operating procedures using AI. Congratulations to the team. He's over there. He's coming up. And number one, under the startups projects is Borderwork International that is looking at lithium ion battery technologies. Congratulations. Madam PS, these are the winners under the startup projects. Congratulations to the winners and congratulations to all the other participants.
It's now my honor to invite our chief guest, Dr. Amina Zawedi, the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. Come and fix it. Who also served at Mackay University as a member of the academic staff before she was appointed the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of ICT and National Guidance. Madam PS.
Thank you, Professor Bariam Reba. Professor Bariam Reba is my mentor, my teacher, my former boss, and everything. So when I see that he's behind a function or an event like this, I know that it is an event of quality and has impact on our, or is going to create impact on our government, because all the heads here, I think all the doctors have been showing you, the lady doctors and male doctors, plus professors and commissioners here have gone through his hands. So before I start my speech, Professor Bariam Reba, thank you very much for mentoring us. Let's give him a round of applause. Now to all our dear participants today, our host, the principal of UICT, the judges, the chairpersons, all protocol observed. I'm not going to go through that order. I apologize. The participants we have online, good afternoon to you all. I take this opportunity to thank and appreciate the team behind the Africa IoT and AI Challenge, because this is one of the initiatives or technologies that are aimed to address the challenges that we are facing as a country, as a continent, and the world at large. But to hear that we have our very own Ugandans or people within this country trying to come up with solutions to address our own challenges implies that these solutions are indeed feasible, realistic, and we are sure will take the test of time, because we are now moving away from getting foreign solutions to solve our problems, but now having solutions that are homegrown. So I applaud the teams for that. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, we had a conversation with the head of state and other people in the ICT sector. And the conversation was around the security challenges we are facing as a country. You know, recently we had a bomb blast. Right now, they've been buried. Had God not wanted me to live longer, because I was at the heart of that building, but thank God we are alive. But now the questions that come up are, we have cameras, security cameras. These security cameras were able to view, or were able to see the culprits who are behind these bomb blasts. But there is more to that. We need systems that can be able to detect. We need systems that can be able to sense before the actual, incident happens. And the only way we can do that is through these fourth industrial revolution technologies that include artificial intelligence, that include use of robotics, that include Internet of Things, and so many other things, augmented reality, and so on and so forth. So the challenge is now upon us, the innovators, or upon us, the students and researchers, as well as our mentors, to be able to come up with solutions that address these challenges that are pertinent to us. Of course, I have had the criteria that was that the judging committee went through, looking at whether this project will create impact, or whether the project has been packaged well, or whether there is, value behind the system that you're developing. So we find that, yes, as we are nurturing you, the innovators, we also have a big role to play to build the capacity of the innovation space, as well as the startups in this country. As a ministry, given that even within the National Development Plan 3, the objective of our ministry that is aligned with the Digital Transformation Program is to ensure that we promote innovation and commercialization of ICT products, but also to support the development and update of emerging technologies such as 4IR technologies that are aimed at addressing the challenges that we are facing as a country. So this challenge in itself is not far away from what the objectives of the National Development Plan are, but is actually addressing the needs of this country. Being the first of its kind, the winners and the projects that have come through are talking to the pertinent challenges that we have. But I also call upon those that have not won that, this is not the end of the road. As long as whatever you're doing was informed by a problem we are facing as a society, it still counts, and you'll have an opportunity to have it nurtured. So you shouldn't give up nurturing your projects or your developments, because you will get support in one way or another from government or any funding partners in order to nurture these innovations. We are holding our challenge today here at the Innovation Hub here in Nakawa. Government wants to turn this center, the Innovation Hub and the Uganda Institute of Communications, Information and Communications Technology, into a center of excellence for these fourth industrial revolution technologies, as well as business process outsourcing, skilling and opportunities, together with communication programs. One of the challenges that was pointed out was that people had good innovations but could not market them or brand them. That is also a skill that should be embedded or developed to support our innovators, because as you innovate, scientists have a weakness of marketing or communicating, promoting their products, and yet it is important. This is, when you innovate, it is also a source of, you're developing a source of revenue for yourself. So you should be able to market it. You should be able to brand it well. You should be able to package it in a way that it will be best received. I remember, I think when I was doing my master's project, I thought I had done so well because I put in so much effort in my coding and came up with this data mining tool. But the mark I got was lower than what I expected. And then I confronted the panelists and said, what went wrong? They said, but you see the outlay of your homepage was not appealing. So that alone, you have to be creative as you present your innovations or systems as well. It's not about the back end work alone or the coding, but how you present it also matters. So I will not say much, but thank you so much, the innovators, for the effort you have put into these developments. We thank all your promoters for having supported you to get this far. We thank all the startups for the job you're doing. Currently, we have a program that is aimed at tiering the innovation, the startup companies, so that we identify if a company is at tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3, depending on the characteristics we have described that company is at, we shall determine how best government can support you. So don't give up these initiatives. I am an advocate for the girl, child, and women development. It hurts me when I see there are very few girls on board. Maybe Professor Bariam Rev and the panel of judges, you should advise us on what we should do to encourage the girls to be a part of the innovation ecosystem. Is it that we should start from the level of high school to nurture them to join or to develop their capacity to do the innovation? What should we do so that we increase the capacity of women? That will indeed help. I know whenever you have a woman on a team, even the product you produce is better, because there is some kind of, what do I call it? That sixth sense that women have that men don't have, that will help us create better products. So I applaud you all and wish you success in your future endeavors. For those who have won, congratulations, and develop your innovations further. The government will continue to support you in whatever way it can, just like we did this time around. Exactly. Yeah, we can create a national project to promote the girl child. Yes, the ball is in your court, ladies, to develop this project. The government will support you in this direction and continue to support the Africa IoT and AI Challenge in the next years to come. Congratulations, and I wish you all a good week.
Thank you very much, PS, for the great support you have given the Africa IoT and AI Challenge 2021 team and the entire process. We very much recognize your role in developing the entire ecosystem that supports innovation in this country. This facility is part of it, and you have put in much effort to make sure that this facility is optimally utilized. And we are grateful for the offer you gave to the IoT, Africa IoT and AI Challenge to use this facility to showcase its relevance and importance in national development. So we are most grateful, Madam PS. And also to Professor Barrier and the entire steering committee, we really appreciate all that you have done. We appreciate all that you have done to steer this challenge in 2021. And we are thankful to Otamo Research and Innovation City and Otamo University as a challenge coordinator. And also we recognize the support of all the other universities that partnered. Professor Barrier mentioned them earlier on. And also we are grateful to all the international partners, including IEEE Africa Council, the official sponsor, Benya, the judges, and all those who provided support in one way or another. We really appreciate all that you have done. To the contestants, already the PS has appreciated you for the endeavors you put in and also for reaching this level. And we want to thank very much the chair of the judges selection committee. You did a tremendous job. As far as I'm concerned, there was a lot of transparency and making sure that the best candidates are selected. And I like the vision of Otamorik. Otamorik has a dream of creating young billionaires in sub-Saharan Africa. And when Professor Barrier talks like that, you know from his history of performance, he's going to achieve it. So PS and all the participants, thank you very much for this day and for making it very successful. I hand over to Professor Barrier.
Stay there with this thing so that they can still get the audio. I just want to say two last things. One, for the winners, the 3 winners in each category, you are going to hear from us on the next steps. So we shall get in touch with you. And as you are aware, you came today for the final assessment. And so your certificates could not be rushed. We could not do handwritten certificates. So they are not yet ready. But when they are ready, they will be taken to the permanent secretary to sign. I will sign. The national coordinator, Dr. I will sign. And the chairman here for the judging committee. So that when you have that certificate alone, it is an authentic certificate. It has 4 original signatures. So you can take it even to a place of work. Or you want to go and look for money for a startup, you know? So we shall also recognize the ones who participated, but did not come among the top 3. The last thing I want to say, you never give another speech after the guest of honor has spoken. But I want to tell all of you who participated today, we are going to continue supporting you with mentorship, with coaching and other support for maybe 1 month from now, so that you're able to go to the next level. Those going to Dubai are going to remain in touch with you, supporting you. Now, the contest for next year is going to begin after today. So want to go to the communities, want to go to schools, to all the communities, want people to be aware so that you start early, so that 8 months down the road, you have a good product. You know, I like universities that have really taken this seriously. Our youthful people are going to be so encouraged to participate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor. All I can conclude is to say, may whichever God you believe in take you home safely. Amen.